Hello and welcome. I'm trying something new here. I'm going to go through and answer your guys' questions that have piled up on the YouTube. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I was a Ford transmission tech for 11 years, been working on cars for almost 20 years, so here we go. On my torque converter shudder video, this guy, Jamie George, says, I just had the transmission fluid flushed and replaced, but I did not add the conditioner before the flush. Alright, so you add the conditioner after the flush. In the video, I accidentally said before the flush, by accident, just at the beginning there. I put a correction in the description. I know that's an older video of mine, I didn't know how to do editing back then, but you do that after the flush. The BG conditioner can help with torque converter shudder, although I recommend putting the lube guard shudder fix in as well after the flush. And that should take care of your issue there. If you drive it normally for a few weeks and the converter shudder is still there, then that may indicate a problem with your torque converter, but in general that ought to take care of it. Alright, voltage 5 here on the Focus DPS6 partial teardown video. At 9 minutes and 30 seconds, what causes it to shear off? He is most likely going to be talking about the shift drum stop. Alright, so on 2012 through 2018 Focuses and Fiestas, typically it seems like 2017 and 18 Focuses have this problem more than any, but when the battery voltage drops down low, the shift drums can kind of jerk back and forth a lot, and that can wear and break off that shift drum stop right there because it just hits it at full force. It is not normal wear and tear. It's not from improper shifts, it's from the battery voltage. So make sure you keep a good battery in these. Don't let them go dead overnight. Just make sure that if your battery is getting weak and it's cranking slowly, just go ahead and replace the battery. Narquam says, great video, thank you. No, thank you. This guy says, thank you for your help, brother. You are welcome, sir. This guy says, dude, you're amazing. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. John Wright says, did you torque the crank pulley? I don't know, John Wright. Did you torque your crank pulley? Prince Michael Vision says, is it okay to vacuum pump the transmission fluid from the vent port on the DPS6 transmission rather than draining it from the bottom? So my opinion on that is no, because I think if you put the hose down into the vent, it's not going to go all the way to the bottom. And it's much easier just to go down there and take that one bolt out, and it'll get every last bit out. And if there's any junk in the bottom, it'll drain all that out with the fluid as well. And you're not going to miss anything. And you're not going to, if you were to suck it out through the top somehow, you don't know for sure if you're getting all of the fluid out. So if you just pour in 1.7 quarts, you might be overfilling it. And if you're going down there to check with a check plug, then you might as well just drain it anyway. Bunlim 2934 says, where can I buy an O2 sensor spacer? Google it. You can find it on Google. I got mine from walmart.com. Lonnie Young says, we just had an engine replacement done in our 2018 Escape, and now the transmission pump is whining. Is this normal after engine replacement? Unfortunately, it can happen. Now, if you look under the car, in between the engine and transmission, if you see transmission fluid leaking from the bell housing, that could indicate that they left a dowel pin out when they changed the engine, in which case that can crack a flex plate and cause the converter to move, and that would damage the bushing in the pump and lead to pump failure. I've seen that happen. Now, either way, you can go ahead and let them take a look at it again, and maybe due to workmanship issues and you just want them to check it over again. Melcroy Ledo says, hey, I have a Ford Fiesta clutch relearn. I just want to ask how to do it. I've got a video on how to do a clutch adaptive learn on a DPS6, my man. Cauliflower McPlug says, I changed my lead frame and now I can't engage 4-wheel high or 4-wheel low. There's no fault codes, relays click, but show as off in forescan. All right, well, the shift motor is a common failure on the transfer case on these, but since you were just down in there doing the lead frame, I recommend checking to make sure you didn't knock a connector off of the transfer case. Raven Panka says, I do the transmission fluid change every 5,000 miles on my 6F35. Well, man, that's gonna be some clean fluid. That's transmission's gonna treat you well. Do I need to add conditioner and friction modifier every time? No, you do not. I assume that since you're doing it every 5,000, you're just draining from the plug and putting 4 quarts back in and not doing a flush. And in that case, no, you don't need to add any additives. Says that it's also shifting hard when it's cold. You're probably talking about the 2 to 3 upshift. Now the first couple of shifts in the morning, the 2 to 3 up shift can be delayed, and that's normal characteristics. The direct clutch is a long hydraulic circuit. It takes a while to fill it and bleed the pressure off. The hydraulic circuit goes all the way down the input shaft to the end of the transmission, so that's normal. But if it goes on about 5 or 6 shifts, replace shift solenoid B. I've got a video for that. Detless Legacy says 2014 EcoBoost Escape on my video about manual swapping an Escape. He said he's looking for something about to do with the old girl since she's been sitting. And, you know, maybe that needs to be my next big project on this channel, manual swapping an Escape. What do you guys think? Dan's Chap says use a 30mm socket to install the variable valve timing seal in the valve cover. Bobby Broadway says he went from an Econoline van to a Fiesta. He hates how small it is, but he likes the gas mileage, and he's concerned about how it's going to feel on the highway. So I've owned one, Bobby, and I've been perfectly fine with how it feels on the highway. Might just take a little getting used to. Jason McIntosh, thanks for being a channel member. Comments that when I'm unlocking the clutch, my fork didn't spin back. He said that his unraveled, and I just want to say, yeah, mine did unravel too. I don't know what you saw in the video, but yeah, when you unlock the clutch and then you let go of the reset tool, the fork's going to spin back to the reset position, so that's normal since that happened to you. Shy Rage says on input shaft sensor A, what should the voltage be? I assume you mean the reference voltage. I don't know right off. I would have to check. However, you can check for ISSB and see what the reference voltage is. If it's showing 5 volts there, then you know that it should be 5 volts at the top. And I would say probably that is going to be a TCM problem, given the wrong reference voltage there, if that's the case. So yeah, just compare it to sensor B, make sure it's got the same reference voltage. Chink Turok says, hi Ben, thanks for making the videos on the focuses. I have a question. I have used both K00 non-continental and K05's TCMs to swap my K04 TCM on a 2012 Focus. That's a mouthful of words there. I apologize, you guys. Do I need to program them when I swap? Yes, and I do have a video on how to program the TCM with ForeScan now. So, and I also recommend getting a non-continental TCM. That means that it's the redesigned TCM. And if you're not sure what that means, here, I'll post a picture of that. There you go. There you go, guys. That's the redesigned TCM, the one without Continental. JJ Pickens says, I've never removed an engine, but I'm about to give it a shot and see how it goes. I hope everything worked out for you, JJ Pickens. Javier Acevedo says he's doing a Fiesta manual swap and wants to know where to get the programming files or what type of files. So I recommend joining the Discord group. If you guys are manual swapping, I recommend the Discord group. That's where there's a lot of information for the manual swap, and a lot of people have done it there and they're willing to help you out. And I believe there's been a few people that have done the Fiesta manual swaps as well there. So feel free to join the Discord and post your question, give it a few days and see if anyone replies. Aga Ba 5500 says I'm going to try and swap my transmission fluid. All right, I hope it works out for you. Colin6031 says he just pulled the fuse for his audio control module and all the popping, loud, staticky sounds from the speakers have stopped. That's been bugging him for years. That is a common failure of the audio control module itself. And the fix I recommend for that would be going on Amazon and getting a touchscreen radio and replacing your radio that way. Dr. Sip says, if I close my eyes, I feel like I'm listening to Alan the Alien teach me how to work on my car. Okay. Well, thanks, buddy. All right, guys, stay tuned for the next video where I go through and answer all of your questions.